Standing at the front of the mat, inhaling, taking the arms out and up, stretch and look up, and exhaling, swan dive down, softening the knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, taking both legs back and gently coming to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. And then just dropping the knees, resting the forehead on the floor, the bottom on the heels in child's pose, and then gently rolling up. Now bring the legs out in front of you, stretch them out, and you're going to bend the right knee and bring the sole of the foot along the inner thigh of the left leg. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, reach forward with the chest and come into a half forward bend. So feel free to use the props that might help here. It might help to have the bottom on a block, even a block under the right knee. And you can keep the left leg bent if it's more comfortable. You can even use a belt so you can experiment with these positions. Just breathing deeply, aiming to hinge the pelvis forward, dropping the pubic bone towards the floor. And then stretching the arms out over the toes, inhaling, coming up, stretch and looking up. Exhaling, taking the hands down. Now you're going to press the left foot forward and you're going to open out the pelvis and the chest towards the right side. Then keeping the ribs turned to the right, you're going to stretch over towards the front of the foot, the front of the mat, towards the left foot. You can let the neck be soft. Try to keep opening the right ribs back. Taking a few deep breaths, releasing the neck whenever you need to. And then gently coming back. And then closing the feet, making the pelvis turn to the front again. And then bending the left leg, bringing the sole of the left foot along the inner right thigh. Inhaling, taking the arms out and up, stretch and look up. And as you exhale, hinge the pelvis forward and come into a forward bend. And again, if it helps you to hinge forward, then you can have a block or a blanket under the buttocks. You can always have a rolled up blanket under the right knee there, or you can use a belt. Placing the belt around the ball of the foot and holding onto the belt as if it's arm extensions. Taking some deep breaths in whatever position you're in. And then stretching out over the toes. Inhaling, come up, stretch and look up. And exhaling, taking the arms out and down. And then opening the pelvis a little bit to the left and the rib cage all the way to the side. Pressing the right foot to the front of the mat. You're going to hinge over to the front foot, that right foot. But you're going to keep opening out the rib cage to the left. So drawing those left ribs back, the right ribs forward. And just breathing deeply, stretching that whole left side, releasing any tension in the neck, and then gently coming up. And then turning back to the front, closing the hips. You can bend the knees and just hug yourself behind the knees, just above the knees. And very gently, keeping that close connection between the chest and the thighs, you can move into whatever level of a forward bend feels comfortable and nurturing. You don't have to go all the way to the floor. Just keep hugging the backs of the knees into the chest. And see if you can rest down. Taking a few deep breaths. Breathing into that nice nurturing hug. Knees can be as bent as you want. Let it be softening now after this strong practice. And then very gently, just using the fingertips on the floor, pressing yourself up into Dandasana. Nice straight spine. Taking some deep breaths. And then lying yourself down on your back with the knees bent. You can drop the inner knees in towards each other, and you can have the feet just a little bit wider than the hips. If you prefer, you can have a block in between your knees. Just let your spine rest.